Joining me now from the Daily Signal, Kelsey Harkness, and former senior advisor to John Kerry, Marianne Marsh. Welcome to you both.
Good evening.
Kelsey, are Trump's policies in these states more popular than his media detractors are saying? I mean, you wonder why Democrats are not walking away with the midterms.
I think there's a case to be made for that because, look, we know from historic voting trends, this should be a blue wave with or without President Trump. But the Senate is not hardly even in play for Democrats, and the House is contested. There is a chance that Republicans might pull through. So I think the fact that there are so many close elections doesn't speak highly to the energy that a lot of Democrats claim they've had over the past 2 years.
Good to see you, Marianne. Dems talking a lot about Trump, negatively about Trump, not about policies, about launching an ever-open fire hydrant of probes. They're going to try to do tax cuts, tax hikes rather than the Democrats will do in the House. Trump's just going to veto that. Here's the thing, Marianne. I want to ask you about the Democrats having a lot of outrage over tax cuts that benefit more than 80% of the middle class. Where was the Democrat outrage when tax cuts were supported by JFK, Ted Kennedy, John Kerry, Al Gore, Chuck Schumer?
Well, every year, every decade, every president, everything we go through is different, right? So again, to go backwards, people look at, in most people's lives, the future's tomorrow morning. The vast majority of the people in this country do not believe the economy is working for them, nor do they believe that tax cuts have helped them either. That's why you don't hear.
But sorry, Marianne, what is that based on?
On the Fox News poll.
No, this is
many other
the Tax Center. Wait, the Tax Policy Center, which is basically liberal leaning, says 80% of middle class people get the tax cuts.
The fact is, what little they got does not make a difference in their everyday life when their wages aren't going up to keep up with the cost of living.
Well, sorry, Marianne, forgive me. The Federal Reserve,
the fact is, as you know, if the economy was working and the tax cuts were working, Donald Trump would be talking about them out there. You don't hear him talking about them in campaigning.
The Federal Reserve says wage increases are going up 3.1% year over year. That's also from the government as well. I understand what Marianne's saying. After inflation, it feels like a hit. But people are feeling really pretty good this Christmas holiday shopping season.
As President Trump has said, this economy did not happen by accident. The stock market is reflecting that. People are not only employed, their wages are going up. So I would really question the research that you're citing to say that people aren't happy with the economy.
You know, it's a sign of how good things are, Marianne, when you have Bill Maher says is hoping for the bottom to fall out and for a recession so you can get rid of Trump. I mean, JFK, Marianne, when he talked about the new frontier, he wasn't just talking about outer space. JFK was talking about the new frontier to get the poor jobs. So how can the Democrats have them campaigning on job growth? Where are those policies?
They're campaigning on the thing people care about the most,
where are the
including
job growth
in
policies?
The Fox News poll, which is coverage of pre-existing conditions.
All right, Marianne,
that's what they care about.
Understood. Where are the job growth policies?
I think if across the board you look at Democrats who are campaigning for raising the minimum wage. We are at full employment, as you know. Anybody who wants a job has a job. But that's not enough to keep up with their everyday life. You can talk to anybody about that, and they will tell you that.
It just feels really negative coming out of the Democrats.
It's not negative. That's inconvenient. Those are facts. And the fact is 50% of the people in this country don't have stocks. They're not in the market.
Wait a minute.
So that doesn't affect them either.
Kelsey, here's the thing. Union plans, pension plans, the pension plans invest in the stock market. A lot of middle-class Americans have 401ks that invest in the stock market. We know teachers' unions, firemen, cops invest in the stock market. They are aware of what's going on with this economy right now, Kelsey. They're invested in it.
Right. The economy is working for Americans. Democrats know that, which is why they are campaigning on a platform that is anti-Trump. They're not actually talking at policies. They're certainly not talking about the economy. And I think we're going to see that reflected in the polls tomorrow.
You know, Marianne, I walk around here in New York and elsewhere asking how people feel, and they say the Democrats don't have leadership and they don't have the policies. I mean, I hear what you're saying about the different stitch worker policies. I understand what you're saying about health coverage. The Republicans say they want to get on that. But where are the job growth policies?
Well, first of all, on health care, Republicans since Boehner and Ryan combined have voted against health care policies 72 times, including pre-existing conditions. As you know, one bad test, one bad diagnosis, one bad visit to the doctor can bankrupt you. That is economic. And voters understand that.
I hear you, but, you know, we hear the Republicans saying they do want to fix that. We'll take a wait and see, but we're still waiting.
They think that argument works for them and their voters.
Okay.
It doesn't work for the majority of voters.
But we're still waiting on the job growth policies out of the Democrats. Kelsey Harkness, Marianne, you're going to be back in